With the 48-32 loss to the Packers on Sunday, America's team has now 8 one-and-done playoff appearances since the start of '96. That is the second most by any team in the NFL, trailing only behind the Colts. Dallas' loss on Sunday also marks their 13th straight playoff appearance without reaching the conference championship. That's the longest such streak by any franchise in that time. Jerry was going through it after yesterday's loss. Big Jer?
I say this to our fans, how much you deserve us to not have this ending. I certainly, in no way, have spent any of my time over the last 3 hours asking how and why. We didn't do it. I don't have any thoughts about the reasons why or anything to do with the coaching, anything to do about the players. I want to give Green Bay a lot of compliments and credit. This is one of my most surprises since I've been involved in sport, period. So this is that degree. I know how disappointed everybody is. That's all my comment.
One of his biggest surprises since he's been involved in sports. 3 notable coaches that are available for NFL jobs include Jim Harbaugh, who's set to interview with the Chargers today, Bill Belichick, who's looking for a new team after spending 24 seasons in New England and 6 rings, and Mike Vrabel, who won the 2021 Coach of the Year with the Titans, of course, played for Belichick. Shannon, tell me this. Would Belichick to the Cowboys make sense?
Hell no. Man, do you understand that Coach Belichick wants authority? Can you imagine Jerry Jones trying to hold a press conference and tell what's going on with the team? And you think Coach Belichick is going to sit by, idly by, and let Jerry do that? Absolutely not. It would be the worst. It's a match made in hell. You couldn't pick a worse match than Jerry Jones and Coach Bill Belichick. There's a reason he got rid of Jimmy. He got rid of Bill Parcells. Do you understand? Coach Belichick learned under Parcells. Jimmy and Coach Parcells and Coach Belichick are more alike. And once he got rid of Parcells, what has he done? Hired the Chan Galeys, hired the Dave Campos, hired the Jason Garretts, hired the Mike McCarthy, hired the Wade. He don't want that type of coach. He wants to be able to do everything. He wants to be the face of it. I find it ironic. Stephen A., Dio, don't you find it ironic? The man that they normally, the reporters normally have to, like Jerry, we got to go talk to the players. He had so little to talk about yesterday. He always has so much to talk about. He ain't have nothing to say. He ain't want to talk about no players. He ain't want to talk about no coaches. All he want to do is congratulate Green Bay. When all he wants to do normally is talk. Green Bay beat them so bad, Stephen A. Jerry Jones didn't have nothing to talk about. Now, when have you ever known Jerry Jones to be a loss for words? But no, yesterday, this would be a terrible match, Coach Belichick and Jerry Jones.
Shannon Sharp, I completely disagree with you. I can disagree. You on the opposite ends of the spectrum than me, Shay. I completely disagree. Let me tell you why. Seriously, why? Desperate time call for desperate measures, all right? And I get what you're saying. I'm not refuting your point about Jerry's past. He's 81 years of age, clock's ticking. These are his words, not mine. And when you see the level of ineptitude that you witnessed yesterday, and you understand that on a 28-year anniversary of the last time you made it to an NFC Championship game, you got embarrassed on your home turf, okay? Getting blown out the damn building by a guy playing his first year at quarterback in his first playoff game. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Now let me go to Belichick route. 266 and 121 in 24 years in New England, a 68.7 winning percentage, and that's taken into account what we saw the last 4 years. We understand something. I think that we have to take into account. I just brought up the change that ultimately could potentially be infused in Jerry Jones. Well, let's talk about the change that's in Bill Belichick. Just a week ago, Shannon, before it was announced that he was departing from New England, what did he say? I have no problem ceding authority to others for personnel decisions. That's what he said. You know why? Because all a man has done over the last decade, everybody he's drafted, he's only produced 2 Pro Bowl players, a punter and a kicker. That is it. He hasn't drafted anybody else. And so when you look at Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones and what they've been able to put together from a talent perspective, you're saying, that's right, and Will McClay, of course, what you're saying is ultimately is that I need a coach that knows what the hell he's doing. Okay, that I don't have to worry about something. I'm looking at McCourty on NBC yesterday, one of his players for years, a champion, by the way. What did he do and turn to when he turned to Jason Garrett, the former coach of the Dallas Cowboys, and say, he looked at him and said, well, one thing I can assure you of, that wouldn't have happened with a Bill Belichick coach team. Not that. Not that. And so when we look at it from that perspective, and you take into account the amount of time that Jerry believes he has left, and they also added at this point, Shay, along with D.O., Jerry likes to talk. What's the one thing Bill Belichick doesn't like to do? Talk. So guess what? I got somebody here that's going to do all the talking. I don't even have to talk to you damn people in the media. I can give you one word and one sentence answers, let my press conferences last about 3 minutes and be on my merry damn way, because this dude right here will happily do all the talking while I get to coach. I think that's what's going on, and I think that's why that could work.
Coach Belichick don't want anybody to talk. He don't want his players talking. He don't want the owner talking.
He's lost that. He's lost that privilege. Bill Belichick has lost that. He don't have that anymore. He don't have that choice anymore.
Stephen A., it's easy to say this is what I'm willing to do. Because we've been in situations, you're like, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, until we have to do it for a small period of time, and then you realize it. It's hard for me to believe that a man has had power as long as he has it, is so willingly willing to relinquish it. That's all I'm saying.
I think if the Cowboys had Bill Belichick yesterday, they are a significantly more competitive team. I think if Bill Belichick goes to coach the Cowboys, it's the most talented team he's had since maybe the comeback that Tom led against the Falcons. I mean, that's the reality. Is that, do I think it would work? Absolutely. I absolutely think it would work. Bill Belichick wants to go break down Shula's record. He knows the easiest way to do that is to go into a bad division, which is where the Cowboys are in regards to where the Giants have been and the Washington Commanders, and have a very talented football team.
Dan, real quick.
That's the easy plug and play.
Real quick, because we got to go to break, but how do you say that it's one of the most talented teams that he's had, Bill Belichick, and at the same time you're saying you got to blow the team up and get rid of the quarterback?
Because it's 15 Pro Bowlers. It's indisputable how talented they are. What I'm saying is you have to change those pivotal people. And I understand people are like, get rid of Dak Prescott, you're crazy.
OC and quarterback.
We got to make we have to make a transition at some point. We've maybe reached our peak in this iteration of ourselves, and we have to make some form of changes. It's a very talented roster.
Before we go, Shannon, remember, you're saying that it's hard to imagine him ceding power. I'm saying to you is Bill Belichick is that way with people who has dominion over. He didn't have dominion over Robert Kraft. He didn't ever tell Robert Kraft what to do. He ain't going to tell Jerry Jones what to do. He's talking about those players. And by the way, you want to see DeMarcus Lawrence talk about, we're going to beat you up, then we're going to beat you up again, then we're going to beat you up again.
All right, let's go.
He would tell him to shut up.
Yeah, I think the thing is, what he wants more than that Don Shula's record is that he wants to win a Super Bowl without Tom Brady. That's what he wants more than anything, D.A. He wants to prove that he can win a Super Bowl without him, because Brady went and got
Washington or Seattle.
Yeah.
It's going to happen with the Chargers. It's going to happen with Dallas.
With some of the teams we're hearing rumored. Yeah, it's interesting. But we'll see how it all plays out. Could be a smokescreen. Still to come.